Aloha and welcome back to Timespinner. Timespinner. Time Splitter is an entirely different game. Ah, you bastard. Huh. Forbidden Tome conjures scimitars to cut foes down. Kaboo? Strange little robot that seems lost. Attacks with a cannon or its arm. I know I worked on you a lot, but it's a robot. Oh, I don't like the delay in the attack, but oh. Oops. So there's the past emperor left, and one enemy left. That boss fight went a lot faster than I thought it was going to. That's for damn sure. Okay. Okay. That's kind of what I was expecting. I'm gonna try this again. Nice. There. Holy crap! Okay. Oh yeah. That spell is actually entirely too powerful. I'm healing by 3? And it's currently by 3. As it levels up, it becomes more powerful. Oh hey. Still haven't gotten all of your stuff. Oh. So if Symphony of the Night didn't have something like this ever, where a repeatable boss is a thing. Am I just locked out of fighting that guy? Yep. Well, that sucks. Alright, well. Dream fluffs are pretty easy to get, so now he's level 16. Can't hide forever. I can't do the griffin wing jump because there's spikes up there. Okay. So yeah, there are only 3 endings. There are 2 ways to get to the 3rd ending, and it makes you look like you have a choice. But you don't. So I'm missing 1 enemy, technically 2. I'm not exactly sure where they are, but that doesn't exactly matter now. I'm done with the game. I've completed enough of it. I'm at like 98%. That's infuriating for most completionists, but for me, it's just enough. If you've seen the last ending, this is gonna be the exact same. That part right there is the part that concerns me. And I was right. This was the more grand ending. I'll save my opinions about the game because there is one last thing to look into. Okay. Normally I let the credits roll and everything like that, but there's a credits button. So once I am absolutely sure, fuck that. I don't think that the difficulty changes. Or the difficulty changes the ending. Yeah, I'm sorry. Bull. Nope. 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 Yeah, 99%. Alright. Oh. Keeping most items. Alright. Now what if I go into this? Jesus. So it looks like the only way I'll be able to get... Oh my gosh. Alright. That's cool, I suppose. Oh, I don't have the... Yeah, I don't have most of the relics. I can dash, which would speed things up. See their names. I can change my appearance, and I have the 3 different things. That's cool. It's not worth another playthrough. Alright. What do I feel about this game? So, the first 2 comparisons that come to mind are Symphony of the Night and Chasm. Because I was directed to this game because I had mentioned to someone that I had played Chasm. I even put it on the channel. If you want to see that, just look up Fade Panther Chasm. And it should be one of the first things that pop up. I'm not going to litter my things with pointing you to videos that you should watch because you're all big people. You're all adults. And even if you're not, like, in the age category, I would say that you're up there in the intelligence bracket to, like, if you really wanted to watch me play Chasm, you'd find how I started playing Chasm and go from there. No big deal. I've got a lot of other stuff that Bobsplosion. Wow. Congrats, dude. You caught my eye as far as a name. So yeah, the comparison. Chasm is a lot more difficult than this game. This game felt like Symphony of the Night in a lot of regards. And I'm sorry, Symphony of the Night was not a perfect game. It wasn't. Was it a bad game? No! By all means, no! And it did holy hell, you know what, I'll keep going. I'll keep saying what I'm saying. Who knows? I might finish before the credits. Wow. Nail! Fucking Team 4-star. Anyway, I loved playing this game, but once its story started... It's a time story. You know the problem with a time story? No one really knows how time should freaking work. Or rather, time travel. Why do I say that? Because if multi-world theory exists, which a lot of different people believe it does, then time travel does work, but every single time you change your that past, you don't fix the future you wanted, you just make a new one that has that fix in it. Think of it like you're making a game. You didn't like the main character, so you didn't delete the old game, but you took a copy of that game and then changed out the main character. That's an alternate timeline. That's what happens when you time travel. If multiverse theory exists. If it doesn't exist, technically what I just did can't happen. It will just keep going the exact same way, meaning no multiple endings. You see the problem with that. Also, as much as I do love the fact that the whole different gender stuff popped up, I had a hard time telling who was what gender. That's fine. That's awesome. That's okay. The princess fell in love with a queen, and it was reciprocated. That's awesome. They said it in passing, but it gave a lot of weight until stuff. That's fine. The main character falling in love with the other chick, they didn't drum it up. They didn't. It just felt natural. The two guys, they couldn't get off of pointing it out, and that infuriated me. Because it's two guys? No, because they wouldn't leave it alone. And they're the only two. Not okay, that's not exactly true. The cook and the other guy had a thing. They mentioned that. And that was fine. That was awesome. But they're the only three guys. But they offhandedly mentioned multiple times about the female. You know, I'm getting really off track of my comparison for a rant. I'm sorry. Back to the actual comparison. Time to actually be professional. So the big differences between this and Chasm. Which would you rather play yourself? Chasm is for those who liked the combat in the beginning of Symphony of the Night and hated how when it evolved, it just became this immensely crazy thing that you could just dominate everybody. Like, if you got the chrysogram, the game was over. You won. There was nothing that could stop you. And I'm not joking about that. Like, nothing could stop you. This game? Look what I just did. I'm not even max level. None of my stuff is even max level. My pet is kinda up there. If I went through hard mode, it would be rinse and repeat. I could get 100% in hard mode. And I could get the battle with the Emperor. But what would be the point? I mean, aside from showing that I could do it. Cool. Chasm? When I beat that guy, I felt good. When I beat this guy, it just kind of felt like, cool, I could do that again. Mind you, Chasm did not have a good story. Like, there were hints about the grander thing, there were hints about other stuff, but in the end, you just kind of didn't care. It was just a means to an end for you to be in the abandoned mind colony and beat the shit out of stuff. Like the friend who pointed me to this game said, they both have their flaws, and each of their flaws is fixed by the former. This one's story is phenomenal. Its combat is good, but I felt so much better winning a fight in Chasm. I didn't die once in Timespinner. Not once. Think about that. I'm not playing the harder difficulty, and in Chasm there is a harder difficulty. But that's also the thing. Like, I went up. If I wanted to, I could just Skyrim heal myself. Like, which I did several times. And I won because of that. If I had died, I could have gone back and, like, repaired and all that stuff. But this was a very faithful Metroidvania. And if I were to just look at the combat and just look at the orbs and the stuff like that, there is just too much. I'm given 3 things to go through, and that's fine, but oh my gosh. There are so many orbs. And some of them are just shit. Like the ice one? Are you kidding me? That said, I have to say that I did enjoy playing this game. And it was more because the narrative was decent. Was it great? No. No, there's a lot of plot holes. Like, if they had the option of using the Timespinner, and they knew that the Empire was after them, the only trinkate that they had was, oh, well, we can't go back too far. Then destroy it. You don't want the Empire getting their hands on something that potentially could destroy reality? Then destroy it. Get rid of it. You're done. all's over. Nope. Didn't even come up once in a conversation. They would rather destroy individual lives repeatedly in a X-Men Days of Future Past scenario. Just dawned on the fact that that's the connection. But oh, and that's another thing. The mother. Like, she wasn't around enough for me to miss her passing. And I didn't even really dawn on the fact that she had died. Like, it all just happened so abruptly that there wasn't much meaning to it. I do like that you start to see the main character's motivations wavering. That was really cool. And the last thing I'd have to say is, visually, this game is impressive. It is truly impressive. And like any good game, I'm a little choked up that it's over. So I will see you in the next game, whatever that may be, assuming that YouTube is around at this time, or that this even airs on YouTube. That whole thing's going crazy. That said, I will see you later, hopefully. Until then, have fun, be safe, and aloha.